Good morning, sunshines. Happy Monday. It is the 2nd of March, 2026. I am Heather, known as Bunnyfish on all of the internet places. This is Bunnyfish Crafts, and today I woke up in a fabulous mood. So I'm hoping that this is a portent of what my day is going to be. I'm hoping that energy stays with me. If you watched my last vlog, you might remember that I am in the midst of a sciatica flare-up. It is not too bad today. Like pain level 1, when that area is being flexed. So that's good. That feels great versus over the weekend where like on Saturday I was struggling to move. So I'm hopeful that it doesn't get exacerbated today at school, but we'll see. I'll just have to be really, really conscious about like not sitting too long, like not for more than 15 minutes at any time, which when I'm teaching, that's not so hard, but on my lunch and on my prep, I don't want to forget to stand up and move. So I don't know if I have a meeting today or not, but I also feel very proud of myself because house taxes are due and today's the last day. And I meant multiple times during tax paying season to go up to the city building and pay it. But this morning I just woke up and I paid it because I was like, I'm not getting a late fee. There was no late fee incurred. Good job, me. Very proud, very grown up, being responsible. I really try not to be a last minute person, but it's either take care of things immediately or take care of them last minute up in this neurospicy brain of mine. So I am really excited because I woke up this morning and aside from being in a great mood, I worked on the Rainbow Ripple baby blanket, the one that was closer to done. Do you want to see how far I am? I could hear you say that, of course you do. So I am, look at this, crab stitch, and I have 1, 2, sorry, I'm counting, 3, 4 points done from, that's where I started the crab stitch. So that's exciting. That is, how many do I have? 12 points. So I'm a third of the way done with the border. Super, super exciting. Obviously not taking this with me to school. I am going to grab the other blanket, which will be in the pink section because I have a pink section and a white section to do on that blanket. But that feels really, really good. I did try to work on my linen stitch blanket, but then my sciatic nerve was bothering me, so I laid back down. And I don't know where the hook for that is. I'm sure I'll find it as soon as I stand up right now. But since I couldn't find the hook and I couldn't be bothered to really look at that exact moment, I picked up this and I am pleased with that progress. Yay, me! That's absurd. I literally moved my leg like a quarter of an inch. The hook is in my reading blanket. Sorry, linen stitch blanket. I'll just work on it when I get home, maybe. Hey, sunshines, I'm at work. I got here about 20 minutes later than I normally do because as it was time to leave, I realized I left my work keys at Andrew's house, which is not great. But instead of like deciding just to come to work and borrow a key or have people let me in and out of my office and the bathroom, I decided it was just an excuse to go give the teeny girl some kisses and hang out with her. And it's fine. And now I'm cleaning up my office and classroom because Friday Heather left this place a mess. I'm not mad at her. She was in a lot of pain. But I am cleaning it up and, trying to like settle into my day. I'm refusing to let this good vibe go, though. It's gonna be a good day. It's been a good morning so far. Like, classes have been okay. I had my toughest class in my, how many classes do I have? 17 or something. I had the toughest one today and it was okay. And Andrew made crab dip and it is so good. It's got carrots in there. I think it's got some celery in there. It's got crab. It's got some shrimp. It's got a little bit of spinach dip that we had left over. It's got cream cheese and it's got lemon juice. Oh, it's so good. And he made some crostini for me. And I love these little waxed paper bags. They're so cute. I love sharks. I'm terrified of them, but I love them. And I'm about to crochet for about 20 minutes while I eat and enjoy my lunch. And today feels really long because I haven't really sat down today because it hurts. The sitting down hurts, but also if I don't sit down now while I'm on my lunch break, am I going to be able to stand up for my next 2 classes and my class at the end of the day? I don't know. It's a delicate balance right now with this whole sciatic thing. Oh, and it's rough because like 2 other teachers at school are also doing the sciatica issues. Struggle bus with me today. The struggle is real. Hey sunshines, it's Tuesday, the 3rd of March, and on Sunday I was talking about the possibility of making an elephant, like a ragdoll style elephant, out of the other half of the skirt, and I decided not to do that because I want to use up the yarn that I have. So I couldn't get it out of my head though. So I found a elephant ragdoll pattern by Wicked Stitches, who is Brenda Smith, and I'm gonna see how far I can get on my lunch today. I might make it bigger though. Does it say, hold on, I have it pulled up on my computer. Does it say? It does not say how big it is. Maybe it does on Ravelry, but I didn't really look. I try to use Ravelry very, very sparingly, like 3 minutes or less. So anyway, I did go down a hook size. The pattern says H hook for worsted weight yarn. I'm using a DK, so I went down to a G, or I'm going down to a G, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna see. Or maybe I'll hold 2 strands together with an H. Let me try both ways and get back to you. All right, so here is what it was coming out as with the size G hook, and like it's fine, but here it is doubled up with the H, and I like it better. The fabric is, I don't know if you can tell, this is like less stiff than this, and for a ragdoll I kind of want it to be stiffer. I also feel like the gaps in between these stitches are bigger. Again, it's fine. I'm probably gonna stuff whatever yarn I don't use to create the stuffy inside it. Maybe. I'm leaning towards that because that's what the pattern designer suggests, is to stuff it with the same yarn so that you can't see stuffing. But also I want to make it bigger because I am planning to felt it, which means it is going to shrink on itself a little bit. Less because it's crocheting than if it was knitting, I feel. But it is going to shrink. So I am about halfway, I think, through the body. I have to make 2 body pieces. No, a third of the way through. So that's pretty decent progress for a lunch break. I'm actually really excited to make this project. I think it's going to be so cute, and I am going to feel really good about not having this yarn in my stash anymore because it's not versatile. You know, like some of my leftovers, I don't mind having leftovers because I can use them for whatever, but this I really just can't use for whatever. So it's nice that I found a use for it. Hey sunshines, Tuesday night I'm at home because on Tuesdays I come home and do chores and do not hang out with Andrew. because it's garbage day. Well, garbage pickup is tomorrow. So chores today so I can make sure garbage gets out tomorrow. And that means I'm, alternating chores and crafting, and I'm really liking this elephant. However, I've made some changes because in the pattern, you're supposed to double crochet right here. And I did, and I just really didn't like the way it looked. And then I found the leg, like this portion of the pattern, confusing the way it was written. And so I looked at the picture and I was like, okay, short rows. I can do short rows. And so I just did my own short rows, and I just did the same short rows on either side. And I'm not saying I'm going to finish this elephant tonight, but I might finish the body and the trunk tonight because I have half of the body done. And holding it double was a good choice because I have this much left of the first skein. I'm not really worried about ends because I am planning on felting this a little bit. So having ends isn't a big problem. I'm just going to stick them on the inside like this. I'm also going to put like the slip knot at the beginning on the inside. And also the pattern says to sew the front and back together, but I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to crochet the front and the back together and figure out if I can crochet on the trunk. I think also I'm going to change the way that the trunk is constructed because I don't love it in the pattern. Again, like I know ragdoll stuff is like crocheted flat and then sewn together, and I get it, but I just don't love the way that the trunk looks like that. So I might do it in a tube instead. We'll see. But look how cute it is. I've also done half a row on the wedding blanket and a third of a row on the, what is this? Linen stitch blanket. I realized that I'm really close to where I want to put in the heel on this sock, and maybe I'll do a fish lips kiss heel on this sock and see how that fits my aunt. Except maybe like do a tiny modification to make it just a smidgel bigger. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Because I really don't want to do an afterthought, even though I like the way that my particular afterthought heel fits. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I am to that point, so I am going to make a decision about it tonight. And I think I should probably pick up a knitting project because this is a lot of crochet, and I'm definitely feeling it a little bit in my hands. So, also, I haven't worked on the star blanket yet, and I have to throw that in rotation. So I might finish the star blanket tonight. We'll see. I say that, and we know that's not going to happen because I always give myself too much to do on a Tuesday. Wish me luck. It's almost 5 p.m. I have some time. Hey, sunshines. It's 8 o'clock, and I have a finish. Look at the art. I just have to cut the yarn and weave in the end, and I do not have very much of this skein left over at all. I'll pop in a picture right here of what I have left. It's so small. I also this is not a finish, but I do have both sides, and I started crocheting it together because I said I was not going to sew it. I did not look at what their instructions were for sewing it together. And then instead of having to make another tail, I know they use a contrast color for their tail. Instead of having to make a tail, I just chained out 10 and then slip stitched back for those 10 stitches. And now I'm going to, tomorrow, I'm going to come around and crochet it together probably to about here. And then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do for the trunk. I do think that I would like it best if I did a tube instead of flat. But we'll see. I can decide that. Oh, excuse me. I think it's going to be cute. I did do a very teeny bit of knitting on my oldest kiddo's thigh highs. I did my 2 rounds for the week. Good job, me. And I finished the skein on the wedding blanket that I wanted to finish in February. So also good job, me. Listening to vlogs was making me cranky. Not that Michael from Peace Crafting was saying anything offensive. I was like, oh my gosh, stop talking to me. And I was like, girl, you're in charge of the fact that you're being talked to right now. So I switched off of vlogs because I've watched like, I don't know, 5 or 6 different people this evening. And excuse me. And now I am going to clean up all of my stuff, put my stuff away, get ready for tomorrow, and listen to some music and read, because I am really, really enjoying Hemlock and Silver. Oh my gosh. Today at work, we did drop everything and read, which is one of my favorite things. And it was during my 7th and 8th grade special, and I was like, oh no, we're reading. Like, nobody's talking for the next 10 minutes. Everybody's reading. You can read a book. You can read, there's an app called Sora. What's that? A little bit of chocolate. Sorry. Yeah, there's an app called Sora where you can read books or also listen to audiobooks. And so one of my students listened to an audiobook that she really liked about Malala, and then we had I had discussions with several people about what they had read. And it was just really cool. A lot of them are reading manga right now, which I love. Like, obviously I read that graphic novel at the beginning of the year. Like, reading is reading. Are you consuming words? Audiobooks are reading. Love it. And it was just, and I read Hemlock and Silver. I didn't read very much because it's only 10 minutes. And a student definitely tried to ask me a question during that time. And I was like, no, I am reading. This is serious. I never get to read at school. So it was very exciting. But now I'm actually going to go read. I feel guilty. I feel like I should be reading Omnivore's Dilemma so I can finish that up. But I think I'm just going to I'm going to finish up Hemlock and Silver first. And then I'm going to read Omnivore's Dilemma. Like, finish it out. Hopefully finish both this weekend. I don't know what this weekend is supposed to be like for me. My youngest has their first rehearsal their first stay after rehearsal on Friday, and then another rehearsal on Sunday. So I don't know, maybe reading, maybe not. Excuse me, that's the 3rd yawn. Okay. Oh, but I do have something to show you. Very exciting. The yarn from Carla came, and I couldn't tell what the yarn was on her video. It's mustache yarn. I've never used mustache yarn before. I've wanted to try it because I think it's really pretty, but I don't know. I don't follow Stacy on any social media because I don't follow very many dyers on social media. And I don't know. She doesn't podcast anymore, right? I know she used to before she became a dyer and at the very beginning. But anyway, it's a must-match skeins, self-striping socks, 75%, 25%. is the colorway name Firework? I'm gonna guess. I am so excited. This is so pretty. Is it gonna be socks for me? I have enough socks, but like I feel like this should be socks for me. It's so pretty. And she also sent these very cute stitch markers. They're little hexagons. They're super cute. So that's so exciting. It could be for me, right? I could knit myself something, even though I don't need more socks. But like, maybe I need this pair of socks. Maybe I can go through my sock drawer and give some to my kiddo, my little one, because her feet are almost the same size as mine, so she can wear my old socks. What if I do that? Then I could do that. She doesn't mind getting hand-me-down socks. I don't know. No, I'm just rambling. Okay, I'm gonna go read. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to show you this card. Look how cute that is. That almost makes me want to get personalized stationery. That's so cute. Hey, sunshines. It's Wednesday lunchtime, and I did do a tube for the trunk. I do like how it turned out better than the pattern, although I don't know. I don't hate it though. Also, the pattern only says to make one ear because you just do one side of the face, but I made 2 ears. I will have to remember when I sew them on that there is definitely like a more blue side and a more white side. So I'll have to remember that. But I'm at a stopping point until I wash the body because it's all sewn together except this little part right here that I can stuff through. And yes, I know that hole is tiny, but it's fine. I'll use the hook to help stuff into it when I get there. And I did make the ears to pattern, even though I'm going to felt the elephant, because worst case scenario is it's an elephant with huge ears. So yeah, this is on hold until I do laundry this weekend. So during lunch, while I finish off my crab dip, because there's not much left in my crostini, I'll be working on the star blanket, which I have just started the second round of pink on. I'm hoping to make good progress on this today because I have a meeting after school, so I'll be crocheting on it after school as well. Too bad it's too big to be pocket crochet, because that's how the ears got done, because I crocheted them during 3rd grade because I was using scraps of yarn for that, so they fit in my pocket. But I'll see how far I can get on lunch. Definitely not around. Oh, maybe around. Maybe. I don't know. I'll put in a picture here of how far I got during lunch. I know I said photo. I changed my mind. In about 20 minutes, I made it around 9 of the 12 points of the star. So just under 30 minutes per round right now, but the rounds get bigger, so it'll be a little over 30 minutes per round, I guess, soon. Oh man, so let me tell you about how my tism is tisming today. So I started this today, just, here and there in between classes. And in my second to last class, a kiddo was like, I'm really sad. They had something traumatic happen yesterday. And they're like, can I do a coloring sheet? And I was like, I don't have any more. Which is true and is not true, because if I gave it to that kiddo, then I'd have to give it to the whole class. And I have some, but for a different class. So anyway, the kiddo ended up coloring mine. But look at that. It's very messy. So now I need to get myself a new one and color a new one. Good morning, sunshines. It's Friday the 6th of March. And at school, we are doing Foodie Fridays as part of like employee engagement stuff. Man, I look so tired. I also feel so tired, so that tracks. And today's like challenge or whatever is Coke versus Pepsi. So the principal brought in a whole bunch of different types of Cokes and Pepsis, and I'm trying 2 flavors that I haven't tried before. So cherry float Coke and wild cherry and cream Pepsi. So basically the same thing, but Coke versus Pepsi. So I'll be drinking both of those today because unfortunately I've been drinking 2 cans of soda for the past couple weeks, 2 cans a day. Yeah, it's not great, but it is what it is, and I guess I'll let you know what I think. I haven't tried either of these flavors before because I have feelings about flavors and sticking with my favorites, and like once I find something I like, I pretty much just stick with that unless someone else provides it, and someone else provided these, so I will try them and I'll get back to you. Also, I talked to the principal yesterday, and I think that I am going to do a journal club next school year for middle school students because our kids don't know how to like process their feelings in a safe way, generally speaking, and they're so plugged in to their phones and stuff that I feel like they would benefit from having some kind of like just chill time to like reflect and stuff. So what I'm thinking is probably twice a month sort of thing, because I also can't burn myself out. But like twice a month, meet up with these kids, have a journal day, have like a 20-minute write block where it's like 5 minutes brain dump, and then list 3 things you're grateful for or 3 good things that happened that day, and then have some sort of reflective prompt which they can answer or not answer, but like for a total of 25 minutes of writing for the day, maybe 30. I don't know how long the club would be. 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. And then the last little portion of the day, we pull out washies, we pull out stickers, we decorate what we wrote. That's my vision. If anybody has run a thing like this or like gotten kids into journaling, do you have thoughts? Do you have ideas? Because I'm mostly like making this up as I go right this second. Like it's new, it's a new idea. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool. I think it would give them something to do that is like reflective. I know I already said that, but these kids need to slow down. They need to slow down, and they need to like think about what is going on a little more and think about what they can do. And also the school has no clubs right now. And I think there should be, no, that's not true. There's a Girl Scout thing that just started last month, but there's not clubs at the school. There's sports. But I think it would be good for us to have a club for middle school. I don't really want to be like trying to pull that out of elementary school students, but middle schoolers, I think that's a really good time. That's when I started journaling, was when I was in 8th grade. So that's where my journal story began, 8th grade. It's because I read a couple books that were written as journals, and I read The Diary of Anne Frank. And does someone keep a journal in Little Women? because I read Little Women around that time, and like I feel like Little Women is tied to my journal taking. I should listen to that. I should audiobook that. I'm not going to read it, but I should audiobook that because I haven't read it since middle school. Yeah, I think it would be good for them. So what are your thoughts? And the principal's gonna like see what she can do about getting a budget for supplies, which would be really cool. And obviously I have washi and stickers that I could go through. I'm not gonna let them touch all of my things, but you know, I could make like sample cards or something of washi. I could put rolls that I haven't used in a while that I'm not like super attached to in there. I don't know. So thoughts, resources, whatever you got, I would love to hear it. Leave it in the comments, or if you want to shoot me an email, bunnyfishraffle@gmail.com. That would be really cool. Just, you know, because I'm just fleshing it out. Hello, sunshines. It is Sunday the 8th of March. It's 8:30 new time, 7:30 yesterday time, because I don't know, is it daylight savings time? Is it daylight standard time? I don't know. All I know is that my clocks change and it messes up my sleep schedule. And worse than that, it messes up the sleep schedule of all of my students. Anyway, hi. I'm very exhausted. I did craft this weekend, but I don't really feel like I crafted this weekend because mostly I can't even think of what the word is. Oh, burnout. I'm in burnout. I am in burnout. I've spent most of the weekend crying. And my ability to answer questions is like this big, like more than 3 questions in a 30-minute period, and I am like freaking out and can't handle it. And I have had decision fatigue all weekend, and so like that's really frustrating because obviously the people who I'm around on the weekend don't deserve any of that. But they're all really lovely about it. I have, you know, my roommate is really great and my kids are really great and my boyfriend is really great, but I feel awful about it. Yeah, just every aspect of my life is really, really stressful right now. My home, school, finances, obviously. A bunch of my friends are going through really heavy things right now, and I'm just overwhelmed. But you know what I did do this weekend? I read a lot. I finished Hemlock and Silver, and I like it so much. I think it's going to be a 5-star. I think so. I mean, first of all, the main character, she's a healer, but she's not really a healer. She's kind of like a poison expert, but like with the understanding that not a lot of things are known about poisons. And she's trying to find cures for poisons. So a poison researcher, I guess. And it's set in alternate past. Yeah, I really liked it. She's 35. She is spicy. Like, her personality is very much like my personality. And like her hyper focus is clearly poison and learning about poisons. And it's kind of a retelling of Snow White, kind of. So she has to see if she can figure out what's going on with Snow White except her name's not Snow White, it's Snow in the book, but whatever. So there's like a whodunit element, and there's a romance element, but it's not like, it's not, I don't, it's like a grown up. It's grown up, and I like that, and I enjoy her. And there's this part where she is talking to the bodyguard who's been assigned to her by the king. She says something depreciative about herself, and he basically agrees. And she's like, oh, yep. And then he's like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it like that. Like, you're just really blunt and honest. And she's like, yeah, I know what I'm like. Thanks for pointing that out. And he's like, but you're also really passionate. And I was like, listen, I don't need to be called out like this by the book that I'm reading right now. Okay, thanks. But I don't know. I liked it a lot. And the characters are so interesting, and it was so well told, and like there's an interesting old lady, and I love interesting little old ladies. I love them. So it was really cool. I liked it a lot. There are definitely some like parts where I'm glad that I was reading it during the daytime and not the nighttime, because I freak myself out, but it was really good. Also, I'm going to try to finish Omnivore's Dilemma tomorrow before I start a new book, because I did go to the library over the weekend and I got 2 of my books that were on hold. Book number 3 of the Emily Wilde series and the Atlas 6. I think I'm going to start the Atlas 6 next after I finish the Omnivore's Dilemma. Because I don't really remember what that's about. And I don't know what the Emily Wilde book is about either, but I know I'm going to really, really like it. But I also know that the Emily Wilde books are dense. So, like, it takes me longer to read them. So I'm going to start with the Atlas 6. I have not yet finished this blanket. So I'm on the 3rd round of the white. This point right here will be halfway through the 3rd round, which will put me halfway through the rounds of the normal rounds of white, and then I will have a border round to go. I was really hoping to have it done this weekend, but between crying and taking 3 naps in 2 days, like, it didn't happen. But that's okay, because the goal is just mine and the timeline is arbitrary. So here's Omnivore's Dilemma, which I'm going to curl up and start reading shortly. I think that this is probably long enough for a vlog, so I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you for watching, and sorry to end it on kind of a low note, but that's where we are, and that's the nature of vlogs. I'm kind of on a low note, but it's okay. It's okay. Didn't the vlog start on a really high note? So at least we started there. And I'm not like I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just overwhelmed. But I'll be okay. And I have a really great support system. All right. I'll see you again so soon. Bye for now, friends.